not long ago, probably about 45 minutes ago now. Absolutely buzzing. Today, let me sort my jumper out. Today, we witnessed history. Cristiano Ronaldo breaking records, the most goals for club and country combined. Over 800 odd goals now for Cristiano Ronaldo. Today was his only second hat-trick for Manchester United. I saw his first one against Newcastle. I think that was like a 6-1, 6-2 win or something like that. And I got to see his hat-trick today against Tottenham Hotspur. And I've got to say, that is just, when you get to see things like that, it was worth bringing Cristiano Ronaldo home. And I saw a post from Patrice Evra on Instagram where he said, funny how you're the problem, or something along those lines. And you looked in the comments and Cristiano Ronaldo was giving it the thinking face. And it's true. Problem? What problem? If there's any problem, which there are a few at Man United, it's not Cristiano Ronaldo. And I said it last week. I think I did a video for Adam McKola TV, and I think I did one for Stretford Paddock, where I said Cristiano Ronaldo isn't the issue. Yes, he had a bad game against Watford. He was poor in that one. And he's been poor in a few games. But our issue has been overplaying him. Playing him every single game for 90-odd minutes hasn't helped him at all. The rest that he got for the Man City game, obviously he was injured. He went away to Portugal. He's come back. He's looking fresh. And now we go into that Atletico Madrid game. A couple of days rest. But we go into that Atletico Madrid game looking, hopefully, to put us through to the next stage of the Champions League. We can't get carried away after this performance today. As the old saying goes, it's only Tottenham. But we go into that with a little bit of confidence. And if we can do the business against Atletico, we go into the international break feeling a lot better about Manchester United that we have done in recent times. And hopefully we can take that momentum into the business end of the season and hopefully into the latter stages of the Champions League. But we've got to get there first. This game would have done a lot for players' confidence, a lot for Cristiano Ronaldo, because even though he is the greatest player of all time, TBE, the best ever, even though he is that, it has looked like he's been lacking in confidence. He scored a great goal against Brighton, but I think it was 1 in 10 or 1 in 11 for him. And then today, he steps up with a hat-trick. I think that means he's on 18 goals for Manchester United this season. I think it's 12 in the Premier League. The guy is ridiculous at 37 years old. 37 years old. And we look at that first goal today. What a goal it was. He had a 1-2 with Fred. And I thought Fred was excellent today. Absolutely smashed it, Fred did today. He got a yellow card in the first half as well, which didn't help him. But in the second half, you couldn't tell that he was on a booking. Do you know what I mean? Because he was all over the place for Manchester United, getting into people's faces, winning tackles and doing good things, bringing the ball forward. First half, as I said, we got that opening goal from Cristiano Ronaldo, cracking strike, 30 yards out, into the top corner. It was absolutely amazing. And then, after that, we seemed to sit off them for a little bit. We started the game really well, and then we seemed to sit off them a little bit, which I don't know whether it was a plan by Ralph Rangnick to take the lead and then kind of take away the ability for Spurs to counter-attack, because we know what Son can do, we know what Kane can do on the counter-attack. And maybe 1-0 up, you hit them on the counter-attack a little bit, it might work. But it didn't work for Man United in that point. We allowed Spurs to build confidence. They got the goal. They got the goal for a penalty. Now, it was handball, but a frustrating way to concede. David De Gea went the right way. And, of course, he didn't save it because Harry Kane scored. And then you think, for God's sake, 1-1. We've done well in the first half. Shouldn't have sat off them. We've allowed them back into the game. Now it's a game again. Spurs are going to get their tails up. But thankfully, within not too long after that, fantastic pass by, I think it might have been Matic. Sorry if I've got that wrong. Over the top for Jadon Sancho, who bent his run, ran in and squared it for Cristiano Ronaldo along the box, who rolled the ball into the net. I say rolled it. He absolutely thumped it past Hugo Lloris. 2-1 to Manchester United. And it was great to see a quick reaction. We showed what we could do when we were on the front foot against them. It was Matic, says Omar in the comments. We showed what we can do when we were on the front foot against them. And we looked like we could open them up. But then, after the half-time break, we did have a few moments ourselves. But then we seem to sit off them again and invite pressure from Tottenham again. Now the goal came from an own goal. I haven't seen it back since I seen it live from the game. I sit in the Stretford end, so if you know about Old Trafford, the Stretford end's on the opposite side to the goal. The goal happened in front of the East stand. I sit in the West stand. So I couldn't see if it was a mistake by Harry Maguire, but I genuinely thought it was unfortunate because he had done pretty well up until that point. Everyone knows I criticise Harry Maguire. Everyone knows that I don't really rate him as a centre-half or captain for Man United. But I thought he had a good game today. Apart from one moment where he dived out, the ball went through him and it left Varane and Matic with a chance. They had to cover for him. But apart from that, he was quite good. And then he scores that own goal and he just wobbled. His head went again. He played a pass to David De Gea, which was bouncing really high and it was just all over the place. And you thought, oh my God, Harry Maguire's going back to where he was. But thankfully, he settled down again. And he was pretty good today, actually, apart from that own goal and apart from a few shaky moments. So hopefully, because we got the win, he'll take the confidence out of the game. But you could still argue, Victor Lindelof came in the second half after Cristiano Ronaldo got the hat-trick. I actually thought Victor Lindelof looked pretty good. People could argue that Maguire should be dropped for Lindelof and, play Lindelof and Varane against Atletico. I don't mind that. But I thought today Maguire was a lot better in terms of his performance. He followed Harry Kane to the halfway line a few times, won the ball, slammed in there, got full possession of the ball, didn't give away many silly fouls. So I was happy with his performance. Varane alongside him, excellent. If you look at where their goals came from, I know we conceded 2 and that's a bad thing. If you look at where their goals came from, an own goal, which Maguire's probably unfortunate with, and the first goal, which was a penalty. Now, Tellez, sloppy, hands up. But again, it's difficult, do you know what I mean? So it wasn't too bad defensively, especially with what we had to deal with. But it was just those times where when we went 1-0 up, when we went 2-1 up, we sat off them. We did it again in the second half when we went 3-2 up. But that was totally understandable with there being about 8 minutes left in the game. There was a few moments from David De Gea today where, again, he's not coming to claim crosses and therefore the ball bounced along the 6-yard box when it doesn't have to. And I thought we all think he needs to do better with them. But generally speaking, he was good. There was a few moments where he played the ball out well with his feet. There was a few moments where he had shaky time. Again, De Gea and Maguire's performances seemingly mirroring each other. But I do think De Gea's been fantastic this season. Varane, excellent. Tellez and Dalot, look, in terms of defensively, there might not be much difference. But in terms of on the ball, they bring so much more to the team than what Shaw at the moment and Aaron Wan-Bissaka does. They bring so much more to the team. Like, in terms of just being able to get the ball to feet, pass it out, just so much easier, so much comfortable, so much more comfortable. Aaron Wan-Bissaka at times is a third centre-back. Today, Dalot, Tellez, almost always on the halfway line. They get us forward thinking, they get us progressing, they get us going forward. And yes, they can improve defensively. We probably need to improve in our fullback position. But at the moment, I think they're saying they need to start because they're doing a lot better than their teammates that are playing in those positions. So well done to those guys. Matic, excellent today. First 60, 70 minutes, fantastic. Tired towards the end of the game, as you'd expect, but shows exactly why we need a holding midfielder in his mould. We need someone to come in there who's a little bit younger. If you have Matic 10 years ago, happy days, but we need a new holding midfielder, and it shows you when Matic comes in, when he's had a little bit of a rest, it shows you how much we need him. Fred, as I said earlier, if Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't score a hat-trick, Fred's man of the match. Thought he was excellent. Picked up a yellow card. Still was his industrious self. So well done to Fred today. Paul Pogba, I think he did well in the first half. Second half, wasn't good enough. Gave the ball away a few times too many. There was a fantastic pass, to be fair, to Sancho, which led to us getting our third goal. But Paul Pogba knows he needs to do better. And I think we've seen a lot better from him this season. So hopefully, he gets back to himself. But I do think, now, there could be an argument that Bruno comes in for Pogba But I did like the balance of today's midfield. I did like the balance of today's midfield. I thought it was a lot better balance. But again, you think can Pogba, sorry, not Pogba, can Matic play against Atletico Madrid? Probably not. You're going to need probably McTominay to come in. Matic will be a sub. And that for me is a problem because I would have liked to have a fully fit Matic for that game. Nevertheless, hopefully McTominay is fit because we saw when Fred went on a yellow card, and even if you wanted to take him off, you didn't really have any option to take him off. So we need to improve in that regard. But overall today, fantastic result. I thought Jadon Sancho did well. He's been our best player over the last couple of months. I thought Jadon Sancho did well. And Cristiano Ronaldo is just the GOAT in it. It's as simple as that. Cristiano Ronaldo is the GOAT. And we saw it yet again here today. Hat-trick from him. Absolutely incredible. You had people like Harry Kane on the pitch, who one of the best strikers in the world. Guess who outshines him? 37-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo, breaking more records. And let's not forget Marcus Rashford. I don't think he had an incredible game by his high standards, but he did the simple things better. And that's what you want to see from Marcus Rashford. Doing the basics, the rest will come. There was a moment where he could have ran at Reguilon and he kind of stopped, checked back, passed the ball. But that's what you need from Rashford. Do the basics better, get that better, and then eventually the rest of it will come once he gets a little bit of confidence in him, maybe grabs a goal or something. But there's a big game. Atletico Madrid coming up. Massive game for Manchester United. And if you want to go and make yourself a hero and turn your season around, that's the game to do it in. But Cristiano Ronaldo scoring a hat-trick today. That's how many for the season now from Cristiano Ronaldo? I said it earlier. I think I said 18. He's on 18, 19 goals. Absolute phenomenon. And look at the quality of the goals today. Outside of the box, remarkable shot. A finish inside the 6-yard box. Poacher's goal. And then that header. That header. Do you know what I mean? Like a prime target, man. He's got everything. Everything. Aaron says, why is Pogba gassed after 55 minutes? Could be due to the fact that he's not long. I think he came back from injury about a month ago. And he hasn't played many 90 minutes, has he? Rangnick's often taking him off as a substitute. So he might not have 90 minutes in the tank yet. That is just one thought. But I thought Pogba was pretty poor today by his standards. Especially in the second half. I thought he could have kept the ball a little bit better. And he was rescued by Fred a few times, who had an incredible game. Malik is on 6 in 6 in the Champions League, I think. And I think he's got 18 for him. Let me just double check for that. Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah, he's got 12 in the Prem, and he's got 18 for this season in 31 games. So he's got better than a 1 in 2 ratio, yeah. He's got 1 in 2 in the Premier League, 12 in 24, 6 in 6 in the Champions League, 18 in 31. He's got better than a 1 in 2 record, and I think he's scored 4 goals in the last 12 games. Before today, 1 goal in 11. So if you look at what that's done to his ratio, and then look at the fact that he's got over a 1 in 2, Cristiano Ronaldo is a joke. An absolute joke. Anyway, in terms of top 4, we've given ourselves a little bit of a glimmer of hope. Look, Arsenal are in the driving seat now because of their games in hand. But if we go to the Emirates and beat them, I fancy ourselves to do it. Although we'd have to still get more results elsewhere. We've left ourselves there. I said last week, if you want to get top 4 now after dropping those points against Watford, you have to go to Arsenal and beat them, and you have to beat Spurs when they come to Old Trafford. Obviously, you have to pick up your other points, but part 1 done. We have to go do that other one in April. But now we've got coming up Atletico Madrid this week, and should be a good one. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you're keeping it locked. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. This has been Adam McKola, The Aftermath, and we will be back very, very soon. Atletico Madrid on Tuesday. Maybe we'll have some videos up ahead of that. We'll have the McKola and Rory podcast on Mondays. Keep your eyes and ears peeled for that. Until next time, I'll see you later. Peace.